I'm going to show you the survival foods that I bought. I'm not prepping for a doomsday, but I'm prepping for a potential natural disaster that might hit. What's got me thinking about earthquakes and tsunamis is yesterday we were woken up at 6:30 with a horrifying sound coming from our phones. So this is the sound that we heard.
Seismic intensity is 3. Be prepared for strong tremors.
原発の情報です。石川県志賀町にある志賀中だということです。先ほどの地震で
Not long after I moved to Japan, one of the ladies at my workplace told me about an app called Yude Kuru. Yude means to shake and Kuru means coming, so the shaking is coming. So basically, Yude Kuru means the shaking is coming. So I downloaded this app and I put my settings in and set myself for where I live and my location. And the app can somehow sense a few seconds before an earthquake comes that an earthquake is coming, and it sounds the alert. These alerts don't give you all that much time, but if you're in a deep sleep, it's enough to shock you awake and give you just that extra second of getting yourself to a safe place. I must say, when you hear those alerts, it is such a scary sound. I literally jump out of my skin every time I hear one. So since I've been in Japan, I've had a few of these alerts go off. The first one that happened really scared me, and that was a flood warning. So we had a lot of rain in the wet season, and a lot of the train lines were being cut off, and some of the riverbanks had broke. So we had that. There was a big earthquake in the Philippines, and there was a tsunami warning for where I am in Wakayama. So that one was a little bit scary. And then the rest have just been the earthquake alerts that come in every now and then. But you never get used to it, and it's always a little bit of a shock when it happens. I'm going to show you the survival foods that I bought and I'm keeping on stock here in the house. I'm not prepping for a doomsday, but I'm prepping for a potential natural disaster that might hit. The other thing I've got to think about is I have a little pussycat, Millie Moo, as you know. So it's really important that I also consider what about Millie in the case of a disaster. So as you know, I've recently bought her a pram, and so I'm getting her used to going out in the pram and enjoying it. I'm getting her used to wearing a lead so that she's not scared of the lead, or in the case of a disaster, I can get her quickly into the pram and we can get out of the house if we need to, or quickly into the car, depending on which scenario we're dealing with. So come with me today. We're going to go shopping and we're going to get those long life food items that we can keep in the cupboard. When I was working in Australia as a high school Japanese teacher, I actually had a 50% load, and the other 50% of my load was made up as a pastoral carer. So I did a lot of work in the pastoral care part in our school. Our school had a house system and I had a role as a head of house. So basically I spent 50% of my time looking after the pastoral care of students and the other 50% teaching Japanese. And through that role, I guess I learned how to deal with crisis, and the best thing that you can do is plan ahead. So you can't plan for when a crisis comes, but what you can do is get all your ducks in a row should a crisis arrive. And what I mean by that is just control what you can control. So I am worried about natural disasters in Japan, but there's no point worrying about it. I just need to control what I can control. And in my case, that is making sure I have food in the cupboard should we not be able to access food. And also, my plan B is if I have to quickly evacuate the house or quickly leave the house, I need to have an emergency bag at the door ready to go. So I'm showing you the food that I'm buying to put in my cupboard, and then I'm going to go through my emergency bag with you so you can see exactly what I put in my emergency bag when I'm ready to run out the door. I'm super happy to have found the long life food section in my local Okuwa supermarket here in Wakayama. This whole section is dedicated to having some stock, some prep ready in case you needed to leave the house or you can't access food. All of the food here has very long expiry dates, most of it in 2029. A lot of it you just need to add boiling water, or you can just eat it as is. Really stoked to find long life curry, and this curry you don't even need to heat it up. And some biscuits and munchies never go astray either. One thing I'm going to leave on the shelf is the bread in a can. I just love my bread, so I can't imagine eating bread from a can, so I'm going to leave that one here. I've made a conscious choice today to buy things that I would actually like to eat, and everything here can be cooked on my camping gas burner or eaten as is. I have about 10 litres of water in stock, so I won't be buying water today. So let's head home, unpack, and go through what's in my emergency escape bag. So I have some really good news about the course, the Japanese language course that a lot of you have been waiting for. There was a lot more involved than what I expected because I had to buy a domain and sign up for a couple of subscription services for course providers, so they're the holders that hold all the framework of the course. So I've been in the background just slowly plodding along, getting that all up and running, but I can say now that it's ready to go almost. I'm just about to hit the button, so you can go to www.cheneyjapan.com and you can put your name into the email section and you'll get an email alert when that course is launched. So you can have a look around the website and you can see I've only got one course up so far, and of course I started at the very beginning, which is Foundation Japanese, so it's for someone who has zero Japanese experience. Now I know that won't suit everybody because everyone's at different stages of their learning journey, but I will slowly increase the level of difficulty as we go along. So you just have to be patient for a little while because I can't cater to everyone all at once, but we're going to start right from the beginning, from the phonics and from the characters, and you can go onto my website and see a little bit of an explanation why we need to start and learn it this way. So because I live near the ocean, all around my city, just about on every corner, you can see one of these signs, and they're an indication of how far above sea level you are. When I was talking to you earlier about the tsunami warning that we had from the earthquake in the Philippines, the warning actually came through and said that the wave was estimated to be between 1 and 4 meters high. So in that case, you really need to be aware of where you are and what your current height is. It's also advised that you do a practice run to your local evacuation area. So today I'm taking Millie on this practice run. Our evacuation area is a park and it's just around the block. So basically one block from where I am. And the water level height at this park is 4.5 meters. My house is in a built-up area and its height is at 5.5 meters. So we've done a good practice run down to the evacuation area at the park. It's really helping Millie to get used to the pram, taking her out on little outings. Now I need to put all of those emergency supplies up at the top shelf of my cupboard and show you what's in my emergency evacuation bag. I keep the emergency bag at the front door ready to go. I also have a cat carrier in case for whatever reason I'm not going to be using the pram, but the plan is to take the emergency bag, have Millie in the pram and just head off on foot. The reason you go on foot is you really can't drive your car because it's an instant traffic jam. I'll be headed straight to the local primary school. It has 6 stories and it is well and truly above any height of any tsunami that might come. The primary school is about a 6 to 8 minute walk. We usually get enough notice that that would be plenty of time to get there. So I'm just showing you one by one all of the different things that I've packed inside this emergency kit. Of course, there's so many other things I could take, but I was really thinking of what would be particularly necessary to me. I've got packs of Millie's cat food, I've got some food, some protein, I've also got lots of wipes, antibacterial wipes, soap, And of course I've got a battery pack so I can charge my phone. This battery pack is good for 3 phone charges. Just little things that might make my life comfortable if I had to go and stay in an evacuation center. I certainly stocked up on the portable toilet packs, and I also brought myself a couple of changes of underwear. I've tried to keep this bag as light as possible, and there's so much more I could probably put in here, but really you have to draw the line somewhere. I know you can purchase emergency bags online, but I really wanted to tailor this to myself and Millie and the things that we particularly need, and doing it that way by going to the 100 yen shop worked out quite cheap in the end. So let's all hope that I never have to use this bag, but it's here and I'm controlling what I can control. Another thing that is in my control is mine and Millie's health, and we are both looking after our gut health. Millie has some lovely grass. I've recently received these wonderful products from an Australian company. So they very kindly gifted me the Health Protein Boost and the Collagen Glow. I've been using these for a couple of weeks now, and I must say they are specifically aged for 50 plus and healthy aging, and I'm really feeling great, and I've noticed the difference. They've given all of my viewers a special code, Cheney25, and that gets you 25% off your first order. I reckon you should give it a go. I've been feeling great lately, and my skin has really never looked better. You might be wondering, am I worried about my house falling down in the event of an earthquake? This house is built by Sexy House, and they're a reputable builder here in Japan. All of the handymen and builders who've come to the house have said that this house is built to good earthquake regulations, even though it was built in the early 80s. So if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, and there's not much I can do about it, but I just have to believe that it won't happen. I mentioned in one of my other videos, I've taken out the maximum amount of insurance that I can on this house. Another exciting update is we are edging ever closer to the Suzuki Every camping in Japan. I cannot wait to do this. I'm really grateful to every single one of you who have helped out in some small way, whether that be liking, subscribing, leaving a comment, or even donating. Every action you take helps me to get one step closer to getting camping in Japan and showing you the beautiful scenery that's around me. I just cannot wait to take you guys and Millie along camping and see the beautiful sights of Wakayama and beyond, hopefully more places in Japan as well. So thank you very much for that. If you or your family are traveling to Japan, or you're thinking about moving here, it's really important to consider natural disasters and just have a plan B and a plan C and a plan D in case the worst scenario happens. Thank you very much for watching, and I've loved talking to you today, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. See you next time. Bye.